Day 9. Still can't skip the bing bong. Ding dong bing bong. Don't know why. What the? Why are we going into this music? Takumi, come quick, it's Eito. Hey. A little after breakfast, Shuma came charging into my room in a panic. Eito, what did he do? He's not in his cage. He's gone. He's escaped. What? I was on my feet before I knew it. I followed Shuma. We both rushed outside together. What now? Where's he gone? Where's everyone else? You're the first one I've told. Takimaru knows too. Is Hiruko dead? Is that what's going to happen? He and I were doing our morning training in the courtyard. That's when we noticed the cage was empty. Alright, you go tell the others about this. I'll look for Eito. Okay. Shuma nodded and hurried away. Eito escaped, but how? No time to stop and think about it. I have to find him before he causes any trouble. Oh. Like actually doing stuff. I'm gonna head for the courtyard, so. Actually, no, that'll be the best. Unless it's already got a marker on the map. Where to go? No. Oh, got the courtyard. Didn't realize it had a fast travel. Shuma was right, the cages are completely empty. There's no one here. Solid looking cage, not even the most ferocious beast can damage it. Defense room door. The wall of fire is still blocking off the defense room. It doesn't look like Eito's been here. Where else then? The entrance. Both fire extinguishers are still here. That means Eito can't have gone outside the wall. He's still here on school grounds somewhere. I just have to find him. Finally, I stepped into a room and there he was. Oh, he was in the infirmary. I checked every floor. I'd found Eito, but that didn't mean I could relax.
Don't make me ask again, bastard. Just what the hell are you doing in here?
Oh dear.
You've asked me that plenty of times already, and I keep telling you I got curious about something.
But what?
I wanted to learn more about how the revival-matic works, so I just...
That's not what I mean! How did you get out of your cage? Tell me that!
Hey, calm down, Takimaru.
How am I supposed to be calm at a time like this?
But the room's shaking like this so much.
Ain't you the one who said it'd all be over if this guy got out?
I did, but...
Now fess up! How did you escape?
Takimaru shook Eito violently, but didn't look the least bit concerned.
I had some help from a friend. Let's just call them K.
Oh, not in this as well. I've already got that going on with Digimon, and I've got K, and I've got K, and I've got you. Not you, but you. Oh, okay. K.
They unlocked my cage for me.
What? Well, who was it? Who's K?
No, I'm afraid I can't tell you. I could never betray a friend's confidence like that.
Then I'll just have to force it out of you.
Gotta be Kako, right? Gi-related stuff, potentially.
Takimaru, no!
Takimaru already had his fist raised high. Tried to grab his arm and pull him away from Eito. It didn't exactly work out. What happened? A jolt of pain shot up my spine. Ooh, I'd been knocked back so hard and so fast my guts were still doing somersaults even after I came to a stop. For a moment I had no idea what was happening. The next thing I knew, I was on the floor. Takimaru must have sent me flying. And I crashed against whatever was directly behind me, which just so happened to be the Revivomatic.
Huh?
Sorry, man. I guess I overdid it a little. Are you alright, Takumi? Yeah, I think so. Fighting through the pain, I got to my feet, then I turned around to look at the machine. You broke it. You broke the machine. Oh. It's broken? An ominous plume of black smoke was rising from the wreckage of the Revivomatic. I had a feeling things were about to get a whole lot worse. This is bad, right? That's one way of putting it. It wasn't long before everyone else heard the noise and came running. Just what the heck did you guys do in here? The revive-o-matic! Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Ato, you did this, did you? Ato just sighed and shook his head in exasperation. Perhaps you'd care to explain what happened, Takumi? I reluctantly gave everyone a quick summary of the events that led to our current predicament. So basically, Takimaru did it. It wasn't on purpose. Takumi grabbed my arm and I just lost control. Whoever's to blame, this is a catastrophe nonetheless. Yeah, if we can't use the revive-o-matic anymore, any one of us could die in battle. Then we stayed dead. There's no coming back anymore. The whole group seemed to freeze up for a moment. A lot of them started to glare accusingly at Takimaru. Come on, everyone. It's not all bad. Maybe we can repurpose the wreckage and use it to grill fish? I'd better inspect the damage and see if I can repair it. Before you start, it's back to the cage for you, Atsuki. I don't remember saying you could wander around as you please. You guys take him back to the courtyard. Them and I will get things started here. Ooh. Can we repair it? I mean, he can get back out of his cage, right? Okay, now that we've found Ato, it's time for his execution. No, allow me. Hold on, nobody said anything about killing him. We're just locking him up, right? Let's just get on with it. Yeah, but he got out of the cage before, so... Everyone, wait a minute. Shuma broke off from the group and ran over to Ato's cage. After inspecting the door, he turned back to us. His cage, it's still locked. A moment later... Hiruko groaned and hunched over, her face twisted in pain. What do you know? What's wrong? Just as suddenly, she raised her head again and screamed out a warning. No. Not that cage. You have to put him somewhere else. Why? Can't explain it, just trust me. This is all so sudden. Yeah, you gotta at least give us a reason. Everyone looked confused and a little uncomfortable. But that atmosphere soon dissipated when there was another scream, this time from Gargo. Blim blam blam! I see it all now! What? Seriously, the hell is going on? And that was the sound of Gargo's detective senses going off. I assume you've made another brilliant deduction, Sister Dearest. Ato, you said it that Kay opened your cage for you, right? That's right. So then why is this door still locked? Well... Did Kay lock it again? No, that wouldn't make sense. The cage would have been empty. There'd be no point in locking it. There's only one key to this cage anyway, and that key is... I've got it. Sarai gave it to me when we left the infirmary. So how did Kay open the cage in the first place? Came from another dimension where they had a key. If Sarai had the key up until now, there's no way anyone else could have opened it. In other words, there never was any Kay. Ato escaped from the cage all on his own. Everyone gasped and looked at Ato. In response, he just smiled. I see, that's an impressive theory, but even assuming it's true, how exactly did I get out all on my own? You must have... I don't have a clue. What a pity. Shall I tell you the answer then? Your first guess was actually the right one. After I left the cage, Kay locked it up again. I'm calling BS. That doesn't sound pretty illogical. That does sound pretty illogical. Perhaps, but consider the alternative. What's so logical about the idea of me breaking out on my own without even damaging the cage? Okay, then tell us who Kay is. I've already told you, I can't. How about we torture it out of him? Ooh, sounds fun. There's no point in doing that. If my dear sister Siri is correct, there is no K. So obviously, he can't tell us who they are. All right. Party pooper. Either way, we should assume Kako is right. In that case, we'll have to find somewhere else to lock Ato up. If he could just break out of these cages on his own, anything could happen. Where are we going to put him then? Oh, I have an idea. What? In the pod? How about in here? There's a lock on the door and no window, so he won't be able to escape. And it's a room we never use ourselves. This suits me fine. It's bigger than my last place, and there's even a bed. I just hope the rent isn't too steep. Yeah, laugh it up. And so we decided to hold Ato in the room with no name. And I got these weird capsule-like machines in it. Guess we call it the capsule room for now. The capsule room. Leaving our prisoner inside the capsule room. And the rest of us stepped out of the capsule room. I'd got the key from Sarai, and when we told him our plan, I made sure the door was locked up tight. Once I was satisfied there was no way Ato could get it open, we all left. There was no point hanging around there anymore. Okay. I had a lot on my mind, yeah, but what about Hiruko telling us a lot of stuff? Ato, the broken revivomatic, the mysterious K person, whether or not they actually existed. And day 100 was still a long, long way off. I'd have to strengthen my bonds with the others if we were to become a real team before then. Hiruko said she'd tell me everything tonight actually. Means I still have a lot of time to kill. Maybe I'll go hang out with someone for a while. Oh! We'll be right back. Got some exploring done and upgrades. Before I knew it, the sun was sinking beneath the western horizon. The night of day 9. This is when Hiruko promised to answer all of my questions. Better go find her. Didn't have to look for very long. I happened to glance around the roof and spotted someone sitting on the other side of the fence. It was Hiruko. Good. I was worried she was going to end up dead and it'd be like, oh, there go all my answers, you know. What's she doing over there? I hopped over the fence and sat down next to her.
Huh?
This was something I hadn't expected. Hiruko looked different. It was her eyes. They were usually so sharp and cold, never betraying the slightest hints of weakness, but now they were filled with tears, big wet tears that ran all the way down her face. Didn't understand. Why the sudden change? What was going on? This was so far removed from what I come to expect from her, my brain just couldn't process it. I felt like I should say something, but I couldn't find the words. What do I do? What do I say? What can I say? The normal thing to do in this situation would be to say something comforting, something considerate. But in my confused state of mind, all I could come out with was something totally meaningless.
Are you crying?
Hiruko took off her glasses and wiped her eyes. She took several deep breaths before answering.
No, I'm not.
Clearly were.
You definitely are, though.
Yeah, don't lie to me!
Did something happen?
Something?
Will something happen? Not did it, will it?
Like, you know, something sad or painful or...
No, not really.
So then, why are you...
Why do you have to be so dense? I told you, I'm not crying. And if I was, it would be incredibly insensitive of you to keep pestering me about it.
You said you'd answer all his questions. That's one of his questions, so...
Even middle school kids have enough delicacy not to walk up to a crying person and ask, "Are you crying?"
Shut me there. I didn't want to say anything that might make this worse, so I just clammed up.
Did you hear about the Revivomatic?
No.
It was damaged pretty badly. Sire and Nigo have made some repairs, so we should be all right. We can at least revive each other again.
Okay.
But it's not completely fixed yet. They said one part of it is still badly damaged.
Huh.
Hiruko's eyes were still fixed on the scenery that stretched out in front of us. She She didn't look away when she spoke again.
The way they light up the night like this. They're really quite beautiful.
The undying flames?
Yes. The same flames that will raise this world to the ground in another 90 days.
A wall of fire flickered in the distance, as if it were already burning away the night sky. The way the flames moved, you could imagine they were dancing with joy or writhing in agony.
What are you doing here, anyway?
Oh, hi.
Do you really have to ask?
Questions! She avoided my gaze and turned back to the horizon. A cold breeze blew, ruffling her hair.
It's the night of day 9. You promised to tell me everything if I made it this far. I've done everything you asked. Followed all your instructions without question. So now it's your turn. It's time for you to keep your promise.
Yeah, come on. There was a long silence while I waited for a reply. Every time the wind blew through Hiruko's hair, it released a gentle, sweet aroma into the air. Lavender? It's calming, comforting. I'd smelled it somewhere recently, but I couldn't quite place it. Yeah, there we go. Was this scent lavender? Just as I started to recognize it, Hiruko spoke up again.
No. It's not over yet.
Why not?
My instructions. I have one last order for you to carry out.
What is it?
Even now, she still wouldn't look at me. She made her request little more than a whisper, even more surprising.
Kiss me.
Huh?
Not for the first time that evening, I found myself at a complete loss for words. Was she serious? Was it a joke? I really couldn't tell. No, it had to be a joke. There was no way Hiruko would... Maybe it was a trick. Maybe this was her plan all along. By giving me an impossible order like this, she could weasel her way out of the deal right at the end. Yeah, I won't put it past her. You failed to uphold your end by refusing to carry out my orders. I don't have to tell you a thing. I could imagine her using that excuse to call the whole thing off. This girl was an evil genius. Although, what if it wasn't a joke or a trick? My palms were sweating, my throat was dry. I needed to decide how to deal with this, and fast. I couldn't just stand there like a statue all night. I don't understand. How did it come to this? What am I supposed to do? There's no time to think about it. Just have to make a choice. What do I do here? Oh! Huh. That's a tough one. Because it's like... we want answers, so do we go along with it? Or is it some kind of like... mind game she's playing with us? Like... I'm leaning towards no, because I want to see... what the reaction will be. Like, will she still tell us? All that type of stuff. Because we know quite a bit already. It's not like I'm desperate for the answers kind of thing, you know. So it's like, no, I'm leaning towards no, but let's check the guide, make sure we still go down the right route for study fundamental. Yep, don't kiss Hiruko. Cool. It's the one I was leaning towards, so I'm happy. Whether she was joking or not made no difference. This was one order I wasn't willing to follow. I couldn't kiss Hiruko. Not with the way I felt about Karawa, or Nozomi, for that matter. I still wasn't sure whether those two were the same person or not. Oh, we know. But when I thought about them, I knew I couldn't go through with this. So I didn't. I didn't say or do anything. She didn't speak either. We both sat there in silence, gazing at the undying flames flickering in the distance. After what seemed like a long time, Hiruko finally broke the silence.
You didn't think I was serious, did you?
Uh-huh.
Honestly, you're just as naive as ever.
Faint smile played across her lips for a moment, then she abruptly got to her feet. Tell me the answers, then. She left without saying another word. I didn't have a chance to stop her and was left all on my own. Once again, Hiruko had avoided telling me the truth, like, oh, come on, tell him. All of a sudden, she seemed so fragile, so vulnerable. Like if I called out to her now, she might disappear completely. Despite all that, I think I finally had my answer. Just now, Hiruko said I was as naive as ever. That's a weird way to talk about someone you've only known for 9 days. Those words, along with everything else that happened, was starting to add up. Hiruko was like me. She wasn't the same Hiruko that started out here, in this timeline.
She's also a time traveler.
I wonder if she did that on purpose or not, though. Because Takumi can be dumb sometimes, but sometimes he can be smart. Day 10. I can skip that one. Okay. Why was it up till then, then? I was going to say I can't skip it. Hey, hello. This is a supplemental broadcast. Ignore the announcement about celebrating your milestone. I already unlocked all the classrooms.
Hooray!
That means you don't get anything special today. Just use this time to train extra hard, okay? Okay. Alright. Training, huh? Doubted I'd be making time for that today. I had something much more important to deal with. Namely, picking things up where I left off with Hiruko. She'd blown me up again last night. I was getting tired of this. Today's the day I get the truth out of her. Of course, just saying it was one thing. How do I actually do that, though? Technically, I'd refused to carry out Hiruko's final order. That meant our deal was off. If I tried the straightforward approach, she'd only blow me off again. But what else can I do? This sounds like such a cliche, but maybe I could give her a present. Something special, that cat thing she mentioned. I can't remember what route that was on now. Something that would show her I really care and get her to trust me. The only problem is I can't think of anything that would move Hiruko that much. I thought about it a while longer, but still didn't come up with anything. Guess I'll just have to ask the others. And so, after breakfast, I set out to ask around and try to figure out what to get Hiruko. Boom, boom, boom. Alright, who should I talk to first? Alright, just bounce around. Ato's just in his room.
Hey!
Takumi, perfect timing. Can I put you in a Cobra Twist real quick? I'd rather you didn't. And then what are you even doing here? What is there to do in a gym besides wrestling? Other gym stuff. There's tons of stuff here. It's okay, I get it. You come to interrogate me about that thing, right? Well, it's true. I opened the valve for the fountain in the courtyard all the way. What about it? You're saying that you could have done something to how Ato escaped? Didn't say anything about anything yet. I mean, it could have, yeah. Sounds like it could be important, though. Can you tell me some more about that? It was yesterday, really early in the morning. I'd say 1 a.m. on day 9. Felt really hot and I couldn't sleep, so I went for a little walk in the courtyard. Then ended up talking to Ato. I've been wondering just how high that fountain over there can reach. How did you know about this then? Maybe you'd be good enough to turn it up for me? Once he mentioned it, I got curious too. I opened the valve and the water started shooting up like a huge geyser. And you just left it like that? Yeah, Ato asked me to. Said watching it would help him sleep. That definitely sounded suspicious. Wasn't sure what it meant yet, but I felt like I should remember it for later. Right now I had to focus on Hiruko. Switch gears and ask Moko if she had any idea what she might like. She thought for a moment before answering. I don't know how much this will help, but she once told me she likes stuff that comes in sets of 3 colors. 3 colors? Yeah, stoplights, sports, medals, that kind of thing. Even wine that's got red, white, and rose. Oh, and another thing. Moko reached into a hood, pulled something out. Oh. Sanshokupan.
No!
There's 3 flavors in 1 bun. I got it from a cafeteria. I was gonna eat it later. But I've got plenty more. You can have this one. I had no reason to say no, so I took the bun and left. Alright, let's go speak to 8, who we have some idea how he got out of the room now, you know. Ah, hello Takumi. I've been thinking about when you visited me a while back and you said, "You're alive!" I've been trying to figure out what you could have experienced to make you say that, and... And what? Huh. You really want to know? Yeah. Then let me out of here. I promise I'll tell you then. No. So that was just another ruse, huh? Was it though? I assure you it's a very convincing theory. As if anyone would fall for that. I glared at Ato for a moment. In silence. If you did let me out, I could be useful in other ways too. I could act as your advisor, help you out with any little things you don't want anyone else knowing about. Not interested. You're the one who's visiting me. Why are you even here if not to hear what I have to say? Came here for ideas on how to get through to Hiruko. But even if Ato did know anything useful, he was the last person I want to get help from. Oh, don't look at me like that. I might just have to tell everyone about the other thing, you know? Which other thing? About you coming from the future. You still haven't told them, have you? I'm kidding, I wouldn't do that. It's a secret between you and me. And a secret this important isn't something you blurt out in the heat of a moment. No, I'm saving it for the right moment. Suddenly I noticed something sticking out of Ato's pocket. I darted forward, reached in and pulled it out. Ah, there we go. What's this? Can't you tell? It's a balloon. I bet you would need quite a few balloons to get out of the cage. Not just any balloon either, it's made of a special kind of rubber that makes it extra sturdy. I stared at the balloon in my hand, trying to piece some things together. You can have it if you like. There's plenty more where that came from. I shoved it into my pocket and left. Now we know how he got out of the cage, because we've been to the other routes we know. But how did he end up with the balloon? That's my question. Oh, Takumi, are you here to help me train? I'm still so weak. I feel like my keel over if an invader just looks at me hard enough. Sorry, but there's something else I want to talk about. I told Shuma my quest to gather information. Something that will make Hiruko open her heart. Well, I can think of one thing. Soft vinyl. Soft vinyl? What, like plastic? Yes, like a doll made from soft vinyl. Although doll isn't really the right word. Maybe a figure would be better. It's not just the human-shaped ones she likes after all. Did Hiruko tell you that herself? That's right, she used to collect them back in the complex. A sadistic ice queen like her, secretly being a passionate toy collector. Kinda cute, don't you think? Those are some surprisingly strong terms coming from Shuma. I'm like, yeah, like, if she heard you, damn dude. Oh, speaking of toys, about 2 days ago, Ato asked me for something. I just remembered now, and it might have something to do with how he escaped. What did he ask you for? Some sturdy rubber balloons. Oh, there we go. That's how he got them. Empty ones, of course. Not already inflated. There were about 100 of them. 100? I made them using the gift of magic and gave them to him that morning along with his breakfast. He said he wanted them to help strengthen his diaphragm and improve his lung capacity. Didn't believe that was all there was to it, of course. But I didn't see how it could hurt, so I gave them to him anyway. Well, now we know. For sure. Like, and where he got them from and all that type of stuff.
Aha!
Please don't disturb the crime scene, Mr. Sumino. The world's greatest mystery-solving twins are working a case here. A case? Isn't it obvious? The sad or scandalous Outsuki disappearance for short. Why is the short version longer? Have you found any clues? No, not yet. But there is one thing that's interesting. Takumi, did you notice anything strange about the courtyard when we came here last night? No, not really. It was wet. The ground was damp. The whole place was soaked. There are a lot of plants here, so there's a lot of moisture around, but it was a lot wetter than usual yesterday. It was like the courtyard had been doused by a sprinkler or something. I didn't notice that at all, but what's it got to do with the sad case? That's the question we all aim to answer during this investigation. I know, don't I? So, the ground in the courtyard was wet. It's weird, but I've got other things to worry about. I asked Imo and Kako for ideas on what might make Hiruko open her heart to me. To their credit, the two of them gave the matter some serious thought before answering. Sorry, I've never really spoken to Hiruko all that much. Me neither. Don't think I could tell you anything useful. That's too bad. Yeah, maybe this will make up for it. Kako reached into a pocket, took out something. What's this? It's a piece of poop. What? She's kidding. It looks like some kind of animal fossil to me. I couldn't tell you what kind of animal it was, though. We found it while we were looking for Ato before. Looks rare, doesn't it? Here you go. Without waiting for a reply, Kako pressed the strange fossil into my hand. Well, I had no reason to refuse it, and I figured it might come in useful for something later on. I guess. Something that would touch Lady Hiruko's heart. Not sure how useful this would be, but I believe she likes cats. Cats? You know, furry creatures that go meow, meow. She had a pet one back in the complex. She admires their independence, their ability to work at night, and their hunting habits. Apparently, they remind her of herself that way. Cats, huh? If I may, I've been wondering about Sir Ato. Do you really think he could have broken out of his cage without any assistance? Something bothering you about that theory? It may be nothing, but something curious happened 2 days ago on the night of day 8, after we'd all assembled in the cafeteria. When I heard there was to be no post-battle celebration, I wandered into the courtyard to get some air. While I was out there, I heard a voice coming from the animal pens. It was Sir Ato, of course. He requested that I close the drain in the corner of the ground. The sound of the water was keeping him awake. Even a prison deserves humane treatment, and I thought it couldn't possibly do any harm. So you did it? Yes. I don't see how it could have any bearing on the escape, but I thought I should mention it. Yep, there we go. All the pieces are in place. I think this is all I'm going to learn for now. I don't know if I'm any closer to winning Hiruko over, but at least I know more about her interests now. I believe Lady Hiruko likes cats. A sadistic ice queen like her secretly being a passionate toy collector. So if I want to give her a present, a vinyl figure of a cat should be the way to go. Not just any cat. There's one more important detail that I learned, and that's the colors. Hiruko told me she likes stuff that comes in 3 colors. So a cat with 3 colors, in other words, a calico. All right, I better head over to the Gift-O-Matic and whip up a calico cat figure. Calico cat figure. Hey, look at him there, like, hey, I'm a cat. Meow. That's what they do. Okay, it's done. Look at him there, oh, meow. I just have to give it to Hiruko. Meow. It took me a while to figure out where Hiruko was. Sometime after sunset, someone told me they'd seen her going into her room, so I hurried over there. Boom, 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 boom. Takumi, what are you doing in here? Haven't you heard of knocking? Whoops, sorry, I have something for you. Meow. I don't know if it's your kind of thing or not, but I handed the calico cat figure to Hiruko. I don't understand. It's a present for you. I thought you might like it. Hiruko stared at the little plastic figure and tears filled her eyes. Wait, tears? Wasn't prepared for this. Didn't think she'd like it that much. It's not possible. What do you mean? You couldn't possibly have known. About what? Hiruko didn't reply, but slipped the cat figure into a pocket. There was more going on here than I realized, but I'd gotten through to her. Something on another route, maybe? But that much was clear. Pressing my advantage, I looked into her eyes and asked again. Hiruko, please, tell me the truth. The truth about you. Begin persuasion. Saw that coming. What is this? You're just suddenly giving me a gift?
Are you trying to buy me over with material goods?
That not it. Is that not it?
Come on, that's not what I'm doing at all.
I just wanted to express myself to you. I thought it would help you understand that I'm acting in good faith. Or that you'd at least see how serious I am.
Anyway, a promise is a promise. You couldn't meet the conditions I laid out. You didn't follow my final order. Therefore...
Oh.
Are you talking about last night?
That was crazy. It's not fair to expect me to follow that kind of order. You knew I couldn't do it.
Oh.
Yes, I suppose that's true. I ventured to ask for the impossible.
Oh.
But you were the one who agreed to my terms. There's nothing you can do about it. Just give up. Oh. Well, it really doesn't matter.
Oh.
Seeing you right now really doesn't inspire me to ask about it. Forget I said anything. Oh. Alright, let's go again.
Are you trying to...
That not it. We'll go down from the top then.
Come on.
Anyway...
Alright then.
What are you talking about?
I don't really follow what you're saying. Oh, then so be it. Although... What?
Well, there is something on my mind.
Yeah, like, what?
Oh? What is it?
Let me just ask this. Why would you give me something like that to me? Because I knew about, like, that from another timeline? Calico Cat figure.
What made you pick this to give to me of all things?
Wait, I was pressing that!
Oh.
Why aren't you saying anything? Is there some reason you can't tell me? I was pressing it! Anyway, there's nothing left for us to discuss. Let's call it a night. No! I was pressing that! It didn't go...
What made you pick?
There we go. Hey!
It's like I told you before.
I somehow knew you'd like it.
Oh.
I see.
Oh.
It's true, I do like calico cats and toys. Being totally honest with you, I was happy you gave it to me.
But how? How did you know? My fondness for soft vinyl figures.
I mean, they're all
you
right.
couldn't possibly have known about that.
Ooh. Yes.
Well, Hiruko, you told me yourself.
I asked Kyoshiko Shuma and Moko about you, but that was just an excuse. I knew long before I asked any of them. I swear it. The fact that you like cats and collect calico toys. Like I said, I remember you telling me yourself. Now, how could you? No, that's impossible. This has to be some kind of mistake. Was it on the first 100 days? Well, I guess you have my thanks for the calico toy. When did she tell us? When did she tell us? When did she tell us? Oh, all right. Okay. That went up a little bit.
Huh?
What did you just say just now? What did you mean by that's impossible? Never mind. Don't worry about it. Wait, what? How am I supposed to? Told you. It's some kind of mistake.
There's no way you could have known.
What's that? Yeah, I knew it. So when did I get told?
I do know.
Because that's important. I know all too well. See, you think you know exactly. All the pain and suffering you've been through.
Watch your mouth. Are you insane?
I like that one. Yeah.
You've been isolated all this time.
Shouldering this burden alone. Isn't that right? Stop it. I guess, if there's something weighing you down, I want a piece of that burden. No, not just a piece. Share it.
Listen to me, Hiruko. All of the pain and suffering you're feeling.
Yeah.
I'll share it with you.
All the dots. Takumi. So close.
Hiruko, we can build a new future. One where nobody has to die. A future where we all make it to day 100 with a smile. Not just day 100, day 101, day 102, and every day after that too.
103, you mean?
Let's create a future where we can live happily forever. But if we're going to make that happen, you need to tell me everything. So please, tell me, Hiruko. So we can make the perfect future that we all deserve. Together.
Yeah. Got her. Oh, she broke into so many pieces. Oh, no. I didn't know she was made of glass. If only I'd known. Is now she gonna tell us? Takumi, are you sure you can handle it? Yeah. The truth is a lot more cruel than you think, and once you hear it, there will be no going back. Are you prepared for that? Do you still want to know? Yes. I'm sure.
Oh.
All right. I'll tell you. But promise me one thing first. Whatever you might learn, don't let it destroy you. I looked into her eyes again. Okay. I promise. Hiruko seemed to accept my resolve, and she said back, I'll tell you on day 20. Like, no! And then she abruptly left the room and led me outside. Oh. What are we doing out here? I wanted us to see the satellite. Hiruko looked up into the night sky where the pale, shimmering artificial satellite hung in the void of space.
It's so far away from us. Almost impossibly far. It looks so big. So close. Like we could reach out and touch it. But we'll never actually get there. Or more accurately, we've never got there.
Now who's we've? Who's we've? Is it like, because again, it's like there's two kind of things going on here where it's like Takumi's not time looping, he's time traveling. And it's that one time. Like I said, it's like the perspective has shifted in the second half of the game, and it's sort of like we're seeing Hiruko's time loop. So it's like, hold on. What do you mean we've?
Even after everything we've tried, it's always just out of reach.
Everything we've tried?
Oh.
You probably figured this out already, but I'm a time traveler just like you. I hesitated for a moment, then nodded.
Oh.
But this isn't a one-time only thing. I've lived through these 100 days countless times. Every time, things play out a little differently and create all kinds of new problems. I've experienced all those variations, all the branching timelines, the result from the different choices we make. That's why I've been able to tell when the next attack is coming, among other things.
Oh.
And all of this doesn't just apply to me.
Huh.
There's someone else. And that's you, Takumi. Huh? You've also experienced our 100 days here countless times before. Okay, so he's in the loop as well, okay. I'm assuming. But it depends, like, because she's the one who said loop, like, he could have done it by choice. And is he forgetting? But it still doesn't... Right, because this is the thing, like I said, like, it could explain it, like, he's stuck in loops. He's traveling back in time in the 100 days, and what we're doing is that over and over again, and he just doesn't remember that he's already done them and all that type of stuff. Yeah, fine. Makes sense. It still does not explain why he doesn't bring up the possibility that he could time travel. Because even if he is doing it, like, why is he not bringing it up? Ever. As an answer to, like, the problems. What was she talking about? I was so confused. I blurted out the first thing that came into my head. That can't be right. This is only my second time here. No, it's not. You've been through this just as much as me. Over and over again in an endless loop. Even now, this is only the most recent in a long series of 100-day cycles. You just can't remember the others. No, it can't be.
Strictly speaking, neither of us are time travelers in the way you think we are. This isn't a matter of us leaping back in time. It's more that we're trapped in a time loop. That goes for me, and you too. You're the same as me, Takumi. You're not a time traveler. You're a time looper.
I feel like he's a time traveler as well, actually. Because that's the thing. It's like, I feel like the first, like, based on what's happened, like, because he did time travel. But that was at the end of, like, say they are time loops, right? He did time travel at the end of one of the time loops. So he went back, and that led to 100, line 2. It's like, because that's not the end of a loop. That's just him going back in time inside of one of the loops, which led to everything happening here. And then he gets to the end and it loops 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 and it loops. But again, it still comes back to my point of like, he knows he can time travel though. Because he'd done that on the first 100 days. Like he knew he did that because, you know, he's like, I know the future now. I know all these events. He's still not brought it up again as an answer to like all these problems. He still should do that, even if he can't. Again, it's just that little tiny thing in my head of like, dude, you know you could do that and that was an option. Or bring it up as an option and it'd be like, oh no, I can't do it now. Like, okay, fair enough. You know what I'm getting. I've brought it up so many times. You know my point there. You know my point. Now that should open up, actually. Yep. Because that's what we were doing with the other routes. All according to plan. Day 11.
Strictly speaking, neither of us are time travelers in the way you think we are. This isn't a matter of us leaping back in time. It's more that we're trapped in a time loop. That goes for me, and you too.
The question becomes, like, why are you looping, though? What's causing the loop?
You're the same as me, Takumi. You're not a time traveler. You're a time looper.
The moment I heard those words, my head seemed to fill with a blindingly bright light, and then... I got spammed with CGs. The next thing I knew, I was back in my room, lying on my bed. Hiruko was there with me.
You promised me you wouldn't let the truth destroy you.
See, this is the only route so far where I'd be like, Takumi now wouldn't be like, oh, I could time travel. Because now he's like, wait, what's going on? Wait, no, I need, what? Like, this route, no, he shouldn't bring it up as an option. He shouldn't even think about it. Because now he's like, well, there's something else going on. Time travel is not the answer to these problems. What's going on with this loop? I need to learn more. Yeah, this route, he shouldn't bring it up. He should still bring it up on the other routes, though. Because he thinks he's time traveled. And I say it's like he did time travel within a loop, though. Again, we need more information on the mechanics.
And yet, you fainted the moment you heard it. What are you, a salmon roe?
What do you mean by that?
You're soft and squishy and fall apart when the heat is on.
She had a point. I hauled myself up and got to my feet. Sunlight was streaming in through the window. Must have been lying there all night. I remembered. About the other times I've lived through these 100 days. And about what happened in those other... I guess we should call it... the timelines?
Oh?
Routes will do. But not all of them, right? Yeah, it's all a little fragmented.
Oh.
How many did you remember? 10? 20? About 23. More than that?
Ah.
No, not even that many. You're still just a beginner. A beginner? Come with me. Hey, where are you going this time? You wanted to hear the whole truth, didn't you? It's not something I can talk about here. Yep, let's go. Hiruko left the room, still feeling a little clueless. I followed her. Let's go get answers. We should be safe in here. First, I want to hear what you know. Which timelines do you remember? how much do you remember about them? Timelines? That's the abbreviation for timeline I've been using in my head. We can use the full version if you want. I mean, TLs isn't saving that much time, but I'm not really sure how to explain which ones I remember, though.
Oh?
Any key points or characteristics will do. Okay, but honestly, I don't feel good about this. Too many of the timelines I remember ended in tragedy. So many of our friends died in those alternate realities. They were murdered. Killed in ways so gruesome and cruel that I didn't even want to say them out loud. It hurt just to think about them. I started to think I'd have been better off never remembering it at all. On the other hand, it's like, yeah, we haven't finished that one. I warned you. Once you know the truth, there's no going back. You said you could handle it. You promised not to let it destroy you. I did say that. Now I had to stand by it, in spite of the pain it caused me. I began to speak. Okay, here goes. Slowly, hesitantly, I told Hiruko what I remembered about the other timelines. The Gi parasites. The series of murders caused by them. The exorcism rituals I held with Gaku. Getting into the escape pod with Hiruko and Tsubasa and setting off for the satellite. There was another timeline with a serial killer in it too. Except that time it turned out to be Yugumu. Wait, Yugumu? He's gonna remember that bit. Yugumu was the killer? Got a sudden jolt of pain in my head. My memories must have been getting mixed up. Are you alright? Yeah, I think so. Squeezed Hiruko's hand to reassure her and carried on. I told her about another timeline where zombies started appearing. We tried using Yugumu as bait at first. But even after that, Gaku, goddammit! Our friends kept dying and coming back as zombies. In the end, I got caught by them too, and... Wait a minute, did I become a zombie in that timeline as well? Yeah, you were killed on day 58. I think I remember that. Zombie Ato attacked me from behind. After that, there's nothing. I guess you wouldn't remember being a zombie, huh? Of course not. And by that point, I wasn't me anymore. We'll talk more about that timeline later. Tell me about the others. I nodded. There's not much to tell, there's just one more I can remember. One all started with Gaku being killed, and Kaku's body was found. She'd been poisoned. The mystery, we're not finished it, that's why I was bringing it up. After some investigation, we figured out that it was Shuma who killed Gaku. But then he was found dead too, killed by Eva. You know about Eva, right? You don't have to check in with me like that. Assume I know everything besides what happened while I was zombified. Okay, well, Eva activated her self-destruct device and died too. But that still wasn't the end of it. The killings continued. Next to go was Tsubasa, then Moko. Yep, this is where we got to. And then Kurara was found strangled in the secret room in the school's basement. That's all I know. Shuma and Eva both mentioned a mastermind called X, but we never figured out who that was. It was probably them who killed Gaku, Tsubasa, Moko, and Kurara, though. Reka pushed her glasses up and directed a piercing glare at me. Is that really everything? Yeah, of course. She stared into space for a while, her expression unreadable. She was clearly thinking hard. But what about? I had no idea. You hadn't seen the end of it, but she has. It's that, isn't it? Like, she's seen the end of the mystery route and we haven't. Finally, she spoke. I take back what I said before. You're not a Samonro. Your mind has a tempered steel shell that can't shrug off any attack. What does that mean? Don't worry about it. You'll understand soon enough. What? Why do we keep moving around? We throw off anyone who might be trying to eavesdrop on us. Is someone really doing that? Probably not, but it pays to be careful. So going from place to place is safer than staying put and going through the whole story? Hiruko nodded. I suppose it's my turn. Ask me anything, apart from my credit card information. Okay, well, at first you don't have a credit card, so... I want to know about your memories. When did you start remembering other timelines? Do you remember what happened on day 3? That's when you decided to keep it a secret, that you'd come from the future. Oh, is that when you remembered?
Oh.
And you made up the story about reading Eto's diary to explain how you knew what he was up to. My memories returned right after that, although I don't remember everything either. So far, I've only managed to recall 146 timelines. Whoa! That's more than we know. And we know there's 100. So we only know of 101. Potentially 102. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Potentially 102 because, let's not forget, there is a choice at the beginning. Don't think like remember there's a choice there. It's like, what happens with that choice? So we know of like 102 timelines that may exist. So far, I've only managed to recall 146 timelines. 146? Yes, I've been through at least 146 loops. Most of them made it to day 100. Doing that mathematics, that's 14,600 days. Divided by 365, that makes 40. You've been doing this for 40 years? I've been living at this school in a loop for at least 40 years. 40 years? 14,600 days? It's hard to even wrap my head around that length of time. It's making my brain freeze up. I just stood there completely dumbfounded. And that's only the bare minimum. Counting for loops I haven't remembered yet. The real number is probably even bigger. This is only speculation, but I think something similar is going on with you. Oh, wait, whoa, now you're changing your story. You said he was looping. There's a good chance you've lived through these 100 days just as much as I have. At least 146 loops or 40 years. It's all happened, you've just forgotten about it. Does this mean he remembers the truth about Karawa? What happened to Earth and all that type of stuff as well? We changed locations again. I was still dazed and confused when Hiruko picked up the conversation without any prompting. Across the 146 loops, lots of different things have happened, obviously. But apart from a few exceptions, the enemy attacks always occur on the same days. It didn't happen on the first one, though. That's why I insisted we go to Second to Last Defense Academy on day 6. Day 7 would have been too late. So it's like the loops. So based on what you said there, like the loops have only happened since we came to this portion of the game. Like the second portion. So since then. But that's only happened because of that. Like, so the first 100 days was not part of the loop, but you seem to know stuff before then as well, though. Like, she's definitely said that. It's like a few exceptions. Maybe it's the few exception was that one. Yeah, maybe the first one we went through was one of the few exceptions. Yeah. Day 7 would have been too late. That's when Mufram attacked the school. Likewise, on day 8, though, would have been attacks on both academies. If that happened, somebody would be sure to die. Getting the entire special defense unit together by day 6 was the only way to prevent that. Did you tell Sarai and them all of this? Yes, including the part about me being a time looper. It's all starting to add up now. That's how those two suddenly knew when the attacks would happen. Why didn't you tell me about the loop? Told Sarai and them, but not me? I did tell you. I've told you and the others so many times in so many timelines. Things always played out in the worst possible ways when I did. All of you died and I was the only one left standing. It's happened like that dozens of times. For some reason, telling people the truth only takes us down dark, chaotic paths. It's like we're cursed, never able to escape our fate or change it for the better. Don't want to watch you all die anymore. So I stayed quiet about it. I thought if I didn't tell anyone, then maybe. You're telling me about it now. Is that okay? You're the one who kept asking. You just wouldn't let it go. I guess that's true. Hiruko drew in a deep breath and exhaled. She She repeated the process a couple of times until she regained her usual composure. It's alright. That's not the only reason I decided to tell you. I have a feeling this timeline will be different. Got no concrete grounds for thinking that, but Hiruko reached into her pocket. She brought out the calico cat figure I'd given her yesterday and squeezed it tenderly. Never mind, don't worry about it. Meow. She put the cat back in her pocket and said no more. Meow. This explains a lot, but I still don't understand how we got stuck in this time loop in the first place. Yeah, what's the mechanics? Before we get into that, let me tell you some more about the loop itself. It begins on our second day here. More specifically, the night of day 2, right before Eito destroys Sarai. When the loop resets, it's always the point in time we return to. I'm wondering if, like, the first half, like the first, like, you know, first time through, first 100 days, like, Takumi accidentally caused them to be stuck in a loop. Because it still feels like the first part is still separate. We'll see, though. But then even then, Hiruko seems to know stuff in that one. When the loop resets, is always the point in time that we return to. When does it reset? It depends. There are two possibilities. Either we die, or at 10 a.m. on day 100. Day 100, 10 a.m. Yes, right around the time the school launches its final attack. But we've seen events after that. For whatever reason, if we make it to the end, we still can't escape this place. Again, we've seen time after that. So maybe it is a case of, like, you know, I was mentioning before, like quantum immortality, the perception, your quantum consciousness. Maybe it's a case of, like, these guys are stuck in the loop and their consciousness is going back. But for everyone else, it carries on. Even for them. Like, their memories still go back, but they as people carry on in that timeline as well. It's quantum stuff, but trust me, that makes sense. When it gets to 10 o'clock, we'll be forced back to day 2 to do it all again. You said you remembered a timeline, but we managed to get into the escape pod, yes? Do you remember anything from after that? I remember taking off from the satellite and watching the final attack through the window. Now, here's the question. On the times we've seen it go past, like, that point, when that's meant to happen, do the rockets fire? Like, do the missiles fire on the time? Like, say on the second scenario, we obviously see past that point because we stopped it. That's one scenario where the missiles haven't launched, so it hasn't come. It potentially hasn't looped. Like, so maybe the missiles are the reason it loops. I'm just trying to think, like, what ones where we see. I can't remember, like, how many times have we seen it where, like, they do launch and they haven't launched. Because I feel like that's a significant part. Yeah, but there's nothing after that. You see, you don't have any memories of us actually reaching the artificial satellite. Neither do I. But that doesn't mean you don't. That just means your consciousness, has come back. But there could be a Hiruko and a Takumi in each of those different timelines, if they are alive and stuff like that, that did carry on. That's still a possibility. Like, it depends how you do, like, the multi-worlds theory and all that type of stuff. But before we get there, our consciousnesses are pulled back. And we start again from day 2. Hiruko nodded. But is this really all true? Somehow a distant memory of days beyond day 100. There we go. I know I said things turn back in the loop on day 100 at 10 a.m. But that's no more than an educated guess. Also, it might be a bit further after. It could end up being slightly earlier or later, or in some situations much later. But even so, it doesn't change the fact that we'll be brought back to the evening of day 2 at some point. Okay.
Oh.
Think about it. If you continue to exist in a timeline after day 100, into old age, how could you possibly retain those memories from after day 100 in the here and now? Right. If we weren't caught in this loop, I wouldn't be able to remember any of that time. Must have gone back to day 2 even in those longer timelines. That's why I can only vaguely remember them.
Oh.
But going beyond day 100 is an extremely rare, anomalous event. It's probably safer to say that, in general, the loop turns back on itself on day 100 at 10 AM. Okay. We are really in a different place now. When I arrived back in the past, I didn't have any memories from other timelines. Was it the same for you, Hiruko? I told you already, didn't I? My memories started returning on day 3. We forget everything the moment we return to the start of the loop. In some cases, like right now, we suddenly remember them again. No idea what causes it, or if there's any kind of rule governing the process. I wonder if it's, again, I'm wondering if like Takumi time traveling is what caused the loop, and it's something to do with his hemoanima. Like, it's caused the loop. Yeah. I have no idea what causes it, or if there's any rule governing the process. That is weird. Or maybe like it's not time loops and you're just remembering other timelines that happen. Maybe you become perceptive of other dimensions. Like there's no time loops involved. You just become aware of other timelines. That's possible. Especially since I still remember my first timeline when I go back to day 2. Yeah. That's probably because of your cryptoglobin. What do you mean? The first timeline we experienced, I'll just call it the first cycle to make things easier. During that cycle, you absorb Ato's power, but not just his.
When I was killed by Ato, all of my cryptoglobin was incorporated into him. And now, by way of Ato, that cryptoglobin resides in you.
On the 100th day of the first cycle, you had the Ghost Boy's power inside you. That made you strong enough to retain your memories when you traveled back in time. Wait a minute, so the time loop and cryptoglobin are related somehow?
Oh.
It only stands to reason, think about it. What's your specialist skill? Special redo. Power to try things again.
Oh.
See, it all adds up. What about you? Your special discipline skill is totally different from mine. You know how some people are really good at multiple subjects like history and mathematics? It's the same principle. So you've got the power to redo things as well? I do. And why haven't I ever seen you do it before? Technically, I've never seen you redo something either. Oh. This could be getting into like the logic of like my stuff. Like, you know, I just wanted a line of dialogue to explain why Takumi doesn't mention the possibility of doing redo or going back in time. I just want a line of dialogue to be like, oh, right, yeah, it just doesn't because reasons. I don't care what the reasons are, I just want it addressed. You know. The effects of skills that alter the flow of time are only visible to their user. That's not really explained it, okay. Neither of us can tell when the other uses this skill, what changes when they do. Does that mean there are defensive battles we've only won thanks to you redoing stuff? I've lived through this loop 146 times. Don't underestimate what I can do. It feels like I got half of the answer I wanted there. Okay, I think I get what the time loop is somehow caused by our specialist skills. But there's still something I don't understand. At the end of the first cycle, I wanted to change things more than anything. That's how I was able to go back in time to the night of day 2. Why does it keep happening in the other timelines? Why does dying or making it to 10 AM on day 100 pull us back to the same point? I don't know, but I have a theory. Because that initial jump back in time was the trigger. Yeah, this is what I was thinking, but Hiruko said she'd fought invaders before in the first 100 days. So there's still that question. It's like, it makes that like, oh, okay. But then it still raises other questions. And still haven't properly explained why Takumi doesn't even think about using his reader. You know, or maybe he does, because that's the thing, like that now, it's like I can stretch that to be, because again, I just needed a line of dialogue. I can stretch that to be like, we're the ones who are redoing that. And because we did that, he doesn't remember. I can stretch it to that. It's like, it's a reasonable-ish explanation. Just want it a bit more specific. But, you know, I can stretch it to that. But it's like, It's because that initial jump back in time was the trigger.
Oh.
Think of spinning tops. They never stopped spinning if it wasn't for friction. The same goes for things like pendulums or springs going downstairs. In a situation where there was no resistance, all it would take is one little push, and they keep moving forever. Forever? That's right. Does that mean we're going to be stuck in this loop forever? Does this mean that we're going to be stuck in this loop forever? Does that mean we're going to be stuck in this loop forever? Does that mean you get the joke I'm doing?
Oh.
There must be a way to break out of it. There has to be. Get some more cryptoglobin and do another time jump and see what happens. What is it? You think I'd have put up with that idiotic face of yours for over 14,000 days if I knew? So we don't know how to escape. Get loads of cryptoglobe and see what it does. Not right now, at least, but what? What? This is a first for me.
Oh.
The timeline we're currently in is different from the others I remember. We've made it to day 11 without a single member of our team dying. Yay! In all 146 loops, that's never happened before. This timeline must be special somehow. Is that necessarily a good thing? If neither of us have experienced a timeline like this before, we won't be able to predict what's going to happen. That's true. Aside from when the enemy attacks occur, that is. But this could be our chance to finally escape the loop. All the other timelines we've done have ended in tragedy in one way or another. But this one could be different. The fact that we don't know what's coming means we've still got untapped possibilities. We can achieve Steins Gate. Hiruko's eyes were sparkling. I'd never seen her this excited. Do you remember what I told you on the night of the third day? About not killing Eito and keeping your time travel secret from the others? I said they were probably the right choices. Because those choices are what created this timeline, where we finally have a chance to change things. Exactly. So then by coming from the future and the time loop, we want to preserve this timeline's integrity. It's best that we don't tell the others. There's a good chance things will develop the way they did in the other timelines if we do. Okay. Fair dues, fair dues. There was still plenty I didn't understand about this time loop thing, but I had a pretty good grasp on the basics. Felt like Hiruko had told me everything she knew about it anyway. But there were other questions I needed answers to. What was that Sarai handed Hiruko that day in the war room? What was with that old lab in the ruins? What was parallel leaping? Why was Eito still alive when I saw him dead before? Why did Hiruko try to strangle me? Yeah, that one's a bit odd. That time in the infirmary. Who was in the drone she put in the Revive-O-Matic? And perhaps strangest of all, why was she crying when I saw her on the roof at the end of day 9? But just as I was about to ask her, and that should do it for today. I think that's fair. We need to absorb all that and think about it. We need time to process all this information. We can pick up this conversation again tomorrow. No, I'm fine, really. No, Takumi, I agree here. But Hiruko wouldn't listen. She turned around and headed back toward the school, refusing to say any more. Oh man, why is she always like this? Quite a few answers. I like this. But not much else to do. I went back to my room. Thinking about all those mysteries wouldn't do me a lot of good now. Not to mention, I still have plenty of battles to fight from here on. I need to keep building up my bonds with the rest of the team, so we'll be ready for those challenges. Maybe I'll take a look around and see how everyone's doing. It feels weird, but we'll use that as a place to end this part, and in the next part then, we'll carry on. It'll be after I've done the free time, because, you know, I edit that bit out now. But yeah, I'm very much liking where this is going. It's like I said, it's like still got that little thing with my nitpick where it's like, why is Takumi not mentioning time travel? Why would he not bring it up? It's like, maybe we're the ones who are doing that and he just doesn't remember that he did do it and we're watching it when he didn't do it. Like, it's a stretch. It's a stretch, but we'll use that as the explanation. It's like, he does, and then we do it, and then what we see is the result when he doesn't do it. Yes. Again, just a little bit of a dialogue here and there. It would have been fine for me, but we'll just go with that as the reason, because it works. It works. We'll go with that. We'll go with that. But yeah, still that question though, it's like, if the initial jump to day 2 from the first part of the game, the first cycle as she called it, is what caused the loops, how did Hiruko have that knowledge about fighting invaders? Maybe it was just her memories. We need to learn more about Hiruko, if anything. Like maybe like she was instilled with memories of fighting the invaders, and that's what she was actually referring to. Because we assume it's to do with time travel and the time loops and stuff, but maybe it's not. Maybe it's just that's the memories they gave her when they grew them in the tubes. Maybe that's what her history is. Yeah. Anyway, we've got a few things to think about. We'll see you in the next part after I've done the free time. Ta-da for now.